Hi everybody and welcome back to Harry's Music Room. Sorry about that last video. Typically I don't use my phone to make my videos, but I wanted to get this side of the room in the video since all my bootlegs are right here. And I, as a rookie mistake, put it in portrait mode instead of landscape. So apologize for that. Okay, so let's continue with part 2 of my Beatle vinyl bootlegs. This is called Beatles Live at Last picture disc. Boy, this works a lot better in landscape than it does in portrait when you're trying to show a record. And then we've got the same thing, but it's not a picture disc, and it came issued with a magazine. And those two albums consisted of TV appearances and maybe a few cuts from some live albums. Here's another from Live at the Budokan. There's a really good laser disc, and I think it was on VHS, of the Beatles at the Budokan. Very subdued crowd, but that's just the way they are. It's not that they didn't like the music. And then this is on clear vinyl, and this is the Lost Abbey Road tapes from 1962 to 1964. And then we have more Lost Decca tapes. This also includes an interview with Pete Best. They just, the bootleggers milk this stuff. And then there's people like me that continue to buy it. Excuse me. This is about as cheap as you're going to get for a bootleg. Not even a nice Xerox insert, just some cheapo paper insert. Mellow yellow. And what this is Ringo's Yellow Submarine, A Voyage Through Beatles Magic. I think I also have this on a CD. And then we have another example of, they would get these covers made up with a blank spot. They would use a rubber stamp to put the name here and here, and then just put a photograph that they'd printed on the cover. And this is a trademark of quality pressing. The color vinyl trademark of quality are really the desirable boots that people will pay the most for. Here we have a New Musical Express Poll Winners concert. That's a 10-inch picture disc. One of the early ones with a nice cover, Beatles Not For Sale. And then the Beatles, Not Guilty. And then Nothing But Aging, which is a line that was in While My Guitar Gently Weeps, as I'm sitting here doing nothing but aging. And we've got A Day in the Life, She Can Talk to Me, which is an early version of Hey Bulldog, It's John on piano. We've got George's Sour Milk Sea. A bunch of stuff from Cry Baby Cry. So a lot of the stuff that was probably put on the White Album deluxe box set. But as usual, there's probably one or two little things on there that have not been officially released yet. So now we have the Beatles Obla Di Obla Da, Includes complete version of Dig It and Christmas Time Is Here Again. And then we have Beatles, Nothing Is Real, with a whole bunch of Strawberry Fields outtakes, Not Guilty, I'm Only Sleeping, Hey Jude Rehearsal, an acoustic version of While My Guitar Gently Sleeps. The Beatles on stage in Melbourne, Australia, and Washington, D.C. The Beatles, 1, 2, 3, 4. And this has got outtakes, radio spots, radio promos, the Flexi disc that came out for the singles collection. The Promo 8 LP box set had some Flexi promo stuff, and then there's some BBC shows. The original greatest hits by the Beatles, and this is just simply studio stuff that they pirated and put out on an album. I think. I have not listened to it, but I'm assuming they're just the official versions of them. The Beatles, Outtakes 1. Paris, Live in Paris. Very cool Wizardo splatter vinyl. Wizardo, one of the other labels, along with the amazing Corny Phone label and trademark equality. The Beatles posters, incense, and strobe candles. Now this is from a recording that was taken off of the Boston radio station when they received an unauthorized copy of the Get Back album at the time, and they aired it. And so this has the original airing plus the commercials and the DJ talk. And then we have Psychedelic Beatles. Man, they influenced everything, I'll tell you. I dress like them. I cut my hair like them. I listened to all their music. I grew up on the Beatles, no doubt about it. Here's another Quarrymen with Sue Sutcliffe, spring of 1960. And on the back, this is artwork that Stu did, a self-portrait that Stu did. The Beatles, Rain or Shine, 1965 U.S. tour, FM broadcast. And Rarer Than Rare, the Beatles 2-record set. This is one that I put on eBay. Originally it was owned by Patrick. I tried to put it on eBay pulled it, but this is the record, if you saw my last video, that someone wrote to me and said, hey, these are the wrong labels. These aren't the right labels, you know. Yeah, really? Okay. You know how bootlegs work? So he thought they were the wrong record. So, and I suspect that that person may have contacted eBay and said that I was trying to pull a fast one, and then eBay pulled that, along with a couple of others. The Beatles recording sessions, 1962. And if you'll notice, this is right after Ringo joined the band. And you can see that George has a black eye there. He got in a fight when the change was made. I can't remember the details, but he definitely got a black eye out of it. So that's 1962 recording session. I love that photo. I love how the guitar is upside down there. And then next we have another Beatles outtake of Abbey Road, and you'll see that it's also an alternate photo from the photo shoot. Nice cover shot there on the back. And this is basically all of Abbey Road fan club issue. Northwest 8 is the NW8 is the catalog number. And then we've got Savage Young Beatles. I remember having, when this first came out, I think it was 1965. I was living in Rochester, New York, and my mother bought this record for me, and I played it to death. I mean, I love Cry for a Shadow, and this, I love it all. If You Love Me, Baby, What I Say, Sweet Georgia Brown. They did a good job on backing on this stuff, and it was worth quite a bit of money today because I had the original cover. I think the original is orange, if I wasn't mistaken, and the yellow ones were like represses or counterfeits of that. Of course, they were all kind of counterfeits or bootlegs at the time. But I have a few different versions of that record. I have it on picture disc. There's a 10-inch. Sessions, 14 previously unreleased tracks from the vaults. Besame Mucho, 1 After 909 mono mix. While My Guitar Gently Weeps with original ending. Mailman, Bring Me No More Blues. What's New Mary Jane, alternate stereo mix. I love this picture. And then we have Sessions, made to look like an authentic Parlophone record, Odeon record, but it's not. And basically this is a lot of the same stuff that's on this record. They just did it with a different cover and kept the same name, Sessions. And then we have a outtakes of stuff from, oh, let's see, we've got Blue Jay Way on here. All You Need Is Love, Magical Mystery Tour. It starts with A Day in the Life, so it's all outtakes, other demos of those songs. And then we have another Live at Shea Stadium. And another Live at Shea Stadium. And I think that's going to do it for part 2. I've got another 20 or 30 records to go through, but we'll do those in part 3. Thank you for watching. I'd love to hear your comments. If you're a fellow bootleg collector, I'd like to see what you've got, so put up a video. Till next time, ciao.